Alright guys, welcome back to another video. I needed to post this because I still haven't been able to yet, but here are my 2024-25 League 2 predictions. Here we go then. Who I think is going to get relegated to the National League, who's going to make the playoffs, who finishes mid-table, who survives, and who gets promoted to League 1 for 2025-26. Here we go then. It's the Cornish Janners official League 2 predictions for 2024-25. Okay, so in 24th, I've got Harrogate. I do think it will be the season they finally drop, despite all the feel-good factors that they brought in from last season. I do think they'll be weaker this time, and it will be a harder test for them. I do think they will return to the National League. And then in 23rd place, this might surprise you, but I have gone with
Accrington Stanley.
I think it'll be the season they finally drop down after all these years in the Football League. They don't look anywhere near as strong as what they were in League 1. I do think it'll be the year they finally drop down, and it'll be their first season in the National League in quite a while. In 22nd, I have Newport. Really think they'll drop down this time, only just surviving on the skin of their teeth. Don't think they're going to look anywhere near the same team this time. I think it's going to be a tall order for the Welsh club this season. In 21st, just staying up, I've got Morecambe as well. So I think Morecambe, like Newport, will just stay up. Really think they'll also struggle this season. Another former League 1 club like Aki that I think will be down there. There's been a lot of financial worries going on at Morecambe as well. It could lead them to relegation, to be honest, but I think they'll do just enough. Derek Adams also knows how to keep teams in League 2, let alone push for the top as well. It's always League 1 where Derek Adams seems to struggle, as he proved when he was with us lot. But Morecambe will only just do it. But I do think the financial worries will put them off slightly, but I think they'll just do enough in 21st. Oh, it's honestly lovely, isn't it? Look at it. By the way, just a disclaimer, I have not taken the actual League 2 season so far into account for the predictions video, because I am aware it has started and all that. I just haven't had time to record it all and all that. So, yeah, I'm going with what I think. All right, in 20th, I have Bromley. It's Bromley's first season back in the Football League in a long while. I think they're going to be well up for this. And given with other things going on in League 2, like I think Newport will weaken, I think Aki will weaken, Morecambe's financial difficulties, Bromley will be fine this season, in my eyes. Obviously, will be a struggle for them because it is their first season back in a long while, but I think they will be okay. I'm going 20th for Bromley. Okay, 19th, I've gone with Swindon, a team that I think that will drop off this season. Mark Kennedy is a very good appointment, to be fair, but I just feel like they're a club that's going down like a falling cliff at the moment. They'll struggle for me this season. I'm going 19th. 18th, I've gone with Grimsby. Only just survived last season. I do think they'll slightly improve this season, but I wouldn't be shocked if they go down though, because they know how to yo-yo between this league and the National League. And then in 17th, I have Barrow, another team that I think that will drop down the table this season. One of my big drop-offs actually, because they did quite well last season, to be fair, but yeah, I don't think they'll quite have the same season as last season, but I think they have enough to be okay. Right, then 16th, I have Cheltenham, who I think will finish the lowest out of the relegated League 1 sides. They've lost Darryl Clark as well, their manager, to Barnsley, which I think is going to be a huge miss for Cheltenham. I do think they'll struggle, and I don't think they're going to quite have the seasons the other three will have, but they should be okay. There's no way I see them in the relegation battle one bit. 15th, I have Tranmere. Again, I think they'll be around mid-table and all that. Nigel Adkins is a good manager, but I just think there's going to be other teams that'll be slightly better than them. And then in 14th, I have, so from a Merseyside club one time to a Manchester club the next, I have Salford in 14th. Mid-table completely for me this season, Salford. Carl Robinson's a great manager. Obviously, he's proven it in League 1. Obviously, failed to get Oxford up, though, but he has proven it in League 1. Of course, they've added Cole Stockton to their attacking options as well, to be fair, Salford, but I don't think it's going to quite be enough for them to challenge the top half, but they'll be comfortable in 14th. And then in 13th, completing the bottom half of the table, I've gone with Colchester. A team that I think that will do a lot better this season. Danny Cowley's their manager, another former League One man. Obviously, Colchester nearly went down last season, so nearly went down. But Danny Cowley kept them up at the expense of Forest Green and Sutton. Colchester stayed up. I think they'll do better. They've signed Frank Nouble from Yeovil as well, Colchester, which I think has bolstered their attacking options. He's a former Argyle man as well, Frank Nouble. Colchester will do better this season. I can't see them doing quite what they did last season. 13th for me for the U's. In 12th, I have Fleetwood. They'll be bang on mid-table for me. Maybe the off-field problems with former owner Andy Piley, who was obviously jailed for fraud, it might still hinder Fleetwood's campaign for going into this season as well. But I don't think they quite have the squads to compete for playoffs anyways, but I could be wrong, but I don't think they'll be up there. 11th, I have Crewe, a team that challenged for playoffs last season, got into the playoffs last season, and then didn't get promoted. I don't think they're going to be anywhere near the same this time. The Railway men have lost two huge players as well, in Luke Offord and Elliot Nevitt, but I just think the competition's going to be too strong for Crewe this season, but I can't see them being in the bottom half. I'm going 11th for Crewe Alexandra. In 10th, I have Bradford. They're like Middlesbrough in the Championship, and if they're not careful, Bolton in League One. Currently Charlton in League One at the moment, to be fair, but Bradford just cannot seem to find a way to get promoted out of League Two. They have been stuck in this league for so long. I know they've signed Anthony Sarcevic from Stockport, but I still even think that won't be enough. And I love Sarcevic with all my heart, obviously, because he's a former Green himself. I still don't think it'll be enough, though, for Bradford and their manager, Graham Alexander. And again, competition, I think, will be strong this season for League Two. And Bradford, again, will miss out for me. I'm going 10th. And then in 9th, I have Carlisle, which might be a bit of a shock because they did so bad last season in League One. And despite last season's no-show, there shouldn't be a relegation hangover regardless, due to the positivity around December's takeover that Carlisle had. I have been impressed with Carlisle's signings as well, but considering how they did last season, it won't be enough for me for them to get playoffs. And yeah, I can see them being in League Two for yet another season, so I think they'll just miss out. But I do think they'll do better than Fleetwood and Cheltenham. And then in 8th, just missing out, I've gone with Walsall, a team that I do think that will heavily improve this season. And last season's low possession approach may not have matched owner Ben Baycott's intentions, but they're a team for me that I think that's on the up a little bit. And yes, I think they'll just miss out on the playoffs, but I do think they will be stronger this season. They're my dark horses for this season, Walsall. Okay, in 7th, just sneaking into the playoffs, I've gone with Wimbledon. I think midfielder Callum Maycock could be another smart transfer recruit from the transfer chief, Craig Cope. Goalkeeper Alex Bass will take some replacing though, but there's a feel-good factor in that team for me, for Wimbledon. I think they'll just sneak in. But I do think there's going to be a clear top 6 for League Two this season. In 6th, I've gone with Chesterfield, another club that I think is completely on the rise, with manager Paul Cook, who is proven in League One as well. I've also got Chesterfield to be my playoff winners as well, so I have backed Chesterfield to return to League One next season and get back-to-back promotions, but in the hard way possible by getting playoffs. I just do think there will be a top 3 that'll be a lot stronger than them. But Chesterfield, for me, will comfortably get playoffs regardless. In 5th, I have MK. I can't see them being anywhere lower than 7th, to be honest. And obviously, they were really close to going back up last season. But they are one of the favourites, so I wouldn't be surprised at all. But yeah, they'll be thereabouts. I think they'll be playoffs, no problem. And then in 4th, just missing out, I have gone with Notts County. The only reason why I haven't got Notts County in top 3 is because they've lost Macaulay Langstaff to Millwall. I still think they will be okay though. They've obviously got David McGoldrick up front for the Magpies. And I think they will be a lot better than last season personally as well, regardless. So another club that I think that will be on the rise. I think they'll only just miss out on getting promoted though. I've got Notts County 4th, which means I have my top 3 that I think they will go into League One next season. In 3rd, I've got Gillingham. Mark Bonner knows how to get out of this league. He's done it before with Cambridge. Jack Nolan, Aaron Rowe and Elliot Nevitt, they should help Gillingham to carry a greater attacking threat this term as well. Honestly, they'll return to League One for me this season. I don't think they'll quite win the league, but they'll return to League One for me this season. And Mark Bonner knows how to do it as well, especially. And then in second, for me, the team that will finish highest out of the League One relegated clubs, Port Vale. I think George Byers is an absolute steal from Sheffield Wednesday and is going to play under his former Wednesday boss, Darren Moore. Jaden Stockley will be dangerous as well. I think they've had a wonderful transfer window, Port Vale, and yeah, for me, they're going to go straight back up to League One. I rate their squad, especially. Which means I've got Doncaster to come first and win the league under Grant McCann. Another one who knows how to get promoted from the lower leagues, as he's shown in League One, of course, as well. Obviously just missed out on going up last season, and this time I think they'll do one step further. Donny, for me, will return to League One next season. So there we are, guys. A very short one, I know, but I had to get them out there. That's my official League 2 2024-25 prediction. So we'll see you in the next one. Thank you for that. Up the Janners, up the Argyle, up the Greens, up the Pilgrims, up the Plymouth. Come on, you boys in green. Green Army. And yeah, we will see you all for the next one. Take care. Goodbye.
When they pull on the green, they're all Janners.